right, everybody. I know I said I was going to start this up next week. It's my birthday week, and I plan on doing the DLC for the Isle of Armor. I got my capture card all set up for capture and Switch, so I'll probably be testing that hopefully on Monday. Um, I just felt like playing Dragon's Age Inquisition. I figured I'd just do a lighthearted stream. I'm going to start Wicked Hearts and Wicked Minds. Have a little bit of fun with that. Since my D&D group moved back to only meeting on Sundays instead of Saturdays and Sundays, I'll probably also maybe stream tomorrow once I get some chores and other stuff that I want to get done to keep the house maintained, because Monday, Tuesday, and possibly Wednesday, Axiom and I are going to just be celebrating my birthday. So any streams done on, like, especially Wednesday or Monday will either be test streams or just short to make sure that the equipment that I have hooked up is working. And even now, just playing this is just to make sure that the splitter that I have is working properly. So we're going to go back to the war table and, make sure that this is running properly. Let's see. Did we have anybody working in Ferelden? No, I think it was all in Orlais. Okay, so Serpent of Navarre. Okay. Avery Vargas was done. Improving morale is done. Let's see, all that glitters.
To work?
Definitely gonna send Cullen on that. Just making sure there is no other like little light missions that I've skipped over before I start the Orlais stuff. I was going to start up Jaws of Hakon, but for me I just feel like it's not a good time to start that one up just yet. Continuing her predecessor's work.
At your service.
We'll go with Josephine. Sometimes Liliana has really good ideas, but she's kind of like me in thought where it comes to let's just get it done. It doesn't matter how. And it's like, no, sometimes it's good to use those connections we have. Plus, I'd rather not waste resources if I don't have to.
Inquisitor.
I'll have her gather herbs. Alright, so we're going to get ready to start Wicked Hearts and Wicked Minds. Hello, dear. Everyone, Axiom's in the channel. Expect much heckling. Now, Wicked Hearts and Wicked Minds is very story intensive. There's going to be a lot of back and forth in Orlais, and this recommended level is 12 to 15. Most of my characters are in that range, so it shouldn't be too much.
The only question is, how?
We know how. I have our way in. The real question is, where is our enemy hiding? At the urging of Grand Duchess Florian, the Empress is holding a ball. Absolutely everyone is invited. During the festivities,
Parties,
Celine will
parties.
be meeting for peace talks with the usurper Duke Gaspard and Ambassador Briala.
Okay,
The
sweetie,
assassin
naps are
must be
good.
hiding within one of these
Get some
factions.
rest. Love you.
Tell me everything
Tell
you
me
know
about
the
Celine.
Empress.
Empress Celine is a renowned diplomat and reformer. She works tirelessly to secure peace for the Empire. Unfortunately, many Orlesians view peace as complacency. She has yet to name an heir,
That's because
leaving the future
Alicia's
of the Empire in doubt if
ridiculous.
anything happens to her. Especially when the next in line is her cousin Gaspard, who's made few friends on the Council of Heralds.
Celine is surrounded at all times by countless guards, courtiers, servants, and vassals. What better place for an assassin to hide than the Empress's own household?
How can Gaspard still be next in line while he wages war against his Empress?
The title Grand Duke indicates that he was a prince before the Empress took the throne.
You've given
Wow.
me plenty to think about.
With Gaspard and Celine's armies entrenched, we cannot openly march troops to the palace.
My agents will ensure your soldiers get inside.
Mom be
But
streaming
it
though,
must be a
man.
few at a time to avoid attention.
Understood.
My son's in here.
give the
He's
word.
into regular shows, so you might hear that in the background because some reason my room's popular. All right, 2 Orlays, y'all. This should be fun. Okay. Cassandra's definitely gonna go. As much as I hate to bring him, Solus is going to go. And I think, because I've brought Cole before in other games, I'm just going to go with my B team, well, A team normally. You know, I don't want to call them my B team. I use them for everything. And I think there are points where you can switch out people, but I don't remember. It's been a few years. I'm not even going to bother trying to read these cards because the moment I do, they'll just disappear. See? This is a very cinematic heavy chapter of the game. It's a sort of legion, so it's fancy and frou-frou. And like I said, I'm going to try to get through as much of it as possible tonight before signing off. I made kiddos dinner ahead of time, but I didn't
The
make
political
anything for myself
situation in
yet.
Madame Chiral hangs by a thread. The Empress fears our presence could sever it. The Grand Duke is
It's really
only
too hot to
happy
cook.
have us at the ball as his guests, so our invitation comes from him. Whether we act as his
Yeah,
allies
yeah.
or upset the balance of power, he gains an opportunity, if not a clear advantage.
All these fake ass people.
It is a great pleasure to meet you, Inquisitor Lavellen. Bringing the rebel mages into the ranks of your army was a brilliant move. Imagine what the Inquisition could accomplish with the full support of the rightful Emperor of Orlais.
I can see many benefits to such an alliance.
Keep the image firmly in mind. We may see it materialize.
I know how
by
to play
end
the
of
game,
evening.
y'all.
I am not a man who forgets his friends, Inquisitor. You help
You're
me,
not my friend.
I'll help you. My lady, are you prepared to shock the court by walking into the Grand Ball with a hateful usurper? They will be telling stories of this into the next age.
I can't imagine that crowd has seen anything better than us in their entire lives.
You're a woman after my own heart, my lady. As a
No,
friend,
I'm actually
perhaps there is
not.
a matter you could undertake this evening. This elven woman, Briala, I suspect that she intends to disrupt the negotiations. My
That's my
people have
homegirl.
found these ambassadors all over the fortifications. Sabotage seems the least of their crimes.
That sounds like something I should look into.
Be as discreet as possible.
Oh, I'm
I
gonna
detest
expose
the
you.
game, but if we do not play it well, our enemies will make us look like villains. We're keeping the
You
court
are.
waiting, Inquisitor. Shall we?
All of you are, though, technically. I just rather side with the villain that I know will be kinder to the elves.
Savage! Oh, make her forbid!
This is Gaspard's
Savage?
joke.
I don't care if these people approve of me normally, but... oh well.
Is that the Inquisitor?
A delish? No, that cannot be.
These people are straight up racist in this. If you're an elf, so yeah, that should be fun.
Rabbit! Have you seen a
Rabbit.
ring anywhere? It was a gift from the Countess Montbelliard, enchanted by the Fomari. I cannot go into the ball without it.
What's your game? Are you trying to convince the Countess that you treasure her gift? Or just to gain importance by getting the Inquisitor to run a menial errand for you?
I assure you, the ring truly is lost, and I must find it or risk terrible repercussions. Should you happen upon it, I beg you, let me know.
Fake ass bitch.
Maker, what am I going to do if I cannot find my ring?
Is
Here,
this the ring you were
take
looking
this
for?
cheap ass
You
wing.
are a treasure. I cannot believe you found it.
I cannot believe you hit it so
Lifetime of
close.
mortification. How can I thank you enough?
Never bother me again. Bitch.
Are all the Delancey's here?
Maker, I hope not.
These people are so fucking ridiculous. Backstabbing, gossiping. It's like being at a family reunion, y'all. For real. This is giving me like flashbacks of being around my horrible relatives.
It's been too long since I've had any word from Valois.
Hollis statuettes, huh? Okay, I might not be messing with that if I remember it well. There's a few things you can do out here to raise your court favor. You can find coins, Hollis statues. They let you into certain rooms, but you want to be careful with those because they're keys. And if you use the keys in the wrong way, it'll affect the outcome of this quest. So you really want to be careful how you utilize it. You also want to make sure you get as much loot as possible because these Richie Riches won't miss it. You know. Yeah. Make sure that you scan just about everywhere in this fancy fluffy palace. Because if you don't, you may end up missing out on a lot of good stuff. I don't know if that requires a Hollis statue. I don't want to waste it just yet. Let's go up this way. And like I said, I will give full approval in this. It's not that hard, even as an elf with a bunch of racists.
Foreigners.
You just have to do certain things. Wow. Alright, we got an eavesdrop circle here.
My spies said the bodies were beyond counting.
Ignore the giggling teenager in the background.
Pray, my friend. If the Maker does not hear us now,
Just pray.
Well, that's one of them. There's also a secret hidden thing here. Storage key. Now I want to save here just in case that storage room uses a hollow statue. I do not want to waste one, because I do want to try to reunite Celine and Briala. That to me is my favorite outcome. Good, that did not use a statue. We get some treasure. Caprice coin. Just random ridiculousness. You get those coins to toss into a fountain to look opulent, and you can raise your court approval. And I don't know, I think I stopped as I was explaining court approval. Basically, it's how much these really fancy Orlesians like you. And once it's high enough, you're pretty much golden. But because I play an elf, because elves are my favorite race to play in this game, you always start at -10. So you have to be a mix of witty, sharp tongue, and sassy, which that's my personality. So fortunately for me, I fit in with these cuckoo banana royals or fancy frou people.
Does anyone have a report on the casualties in the Dales?
You hear a lot of rumor mongering and stuff, a lot of back and forth.
I heard the Grand Duke invited the Inquisition.
I heard that you fancy frou people get on everybody's nerves with your weird mask and your game playing because you're too cowardly to be upfront with each other. Oh, the game is fun. Actually, it's not. I'd rather be around people who are, Rochelle Fountain. I'd rather be around people who can be open about if they want to be around me or not than somebody who politely smiles in my face while talking shit.
Where has that
I
servant
don't like
gone?
people like that.
Elves, always shirking their duties.
Racist. So many races. Alright, y'all. We're gonna get ready to enter this and make our big scene. I'm probably missing something out here, but like I said, I don't want to utilize the hollow statue that I got. I already did the ring thing. I got my first hollow statue. I did the eavesdropping. It says explore the palace gardens still, though. I feel like I'm missing something. There's another quest marker. Am I supposed to still eavesdrop?
Makes me nervous.
She should. She's the best. Liliana does not play. And see, I want to be careful because every quest I pick, I want to have her as the divine. No offense to Vivian. I don't think so. And Cassandra is better off to me rebuilding the Seekers. Y'all can try to convince me otherwise, but it won't work.
It's been too long since I've had any word from Valois.
I think I'm literally supposed to utilize that Hala statue before it gives me credit for I'm trying to think. I don't want to utilize that Hala statue and mess up the Briala thing, but I do believe that I have to open up that stupid door to get this part done. Okay, so, alright. I did a quick look up. Don't blame me. Like I said, it's been a while for me. So I can use this hollow statue to open up the door and complete this outside area. I just wanted to make sure because I hate wasting. Now let's see. I guess it's to teach you about the stupid mechanics of this. And you get more sellable loot. I wish I had been crafting stuff, honestly. And I think you can find a clue in here. So, we're gonna do that in just a sec. Guess not. I thought this would have had that. Alright, I guess it is time to enter the Winter Palace and get this party started. Formal nonsense.
Inquisitor, a moment, if you please. I must
Do I have a
warn you
choice?
before you go inside. How you speak to the court is a matter of life and death. It is no
Yeah, I
simple
know.
matter of etiquette and protocol. Every word, every gesture is measured and evaluated for weakness.
Don't they sound delightful? I'm shocked we haven't invited the court to dinner at Skyhold.
The game is like Wicked Grace played to the death. You must never reveal your cards. When you meet the Empress, the eyes of the entire court will be upon you. You are safer staring down Corypheus.
You're just
Sassy.
full of joy and light this evening.
Everything will be fine. And the rest
It'll be alright. I know how to charm these dum-dums. Long load screen. I'm hoping because they revealed the PS5 and one of the playthrough things that they've been talking about is how a lot of these cutscenes will be eliminated. And they're the only ones talking about DA4. So the temptation to buy a new console is in. Not that I'm not loving my Xbox. I'm just thinking that if DA4 comes out on PlayStation 5 and there's none of these long cutscenes, I'm okay with that. Alright, so we are inside the palace. Before I go up, I just want to explore. You see the little ribbons that cut you off from really exploring too far. I think this part you can't get to until later on, once you do all the formal stuff. Once again, more fancy, frilly people waiting outside to be seen.
It wouldn't surprise me if they brought the Inquisitor here as a prank.
I'm not a prank or a punchline, you fake ass. There's Varric. Let's see what he thinks of this.
Winter Palace. What's the summer one look like, I wonder?
About Cullen.
To have this jacket let out a little.
Ooh, somebody's been eating. My little Pudge Pudge.
This dress uniform is preposterous. Formal armor would have been better.
I wish there was more news coming from the Crown Cathedral.
Good news is becoming an
How could the
increasingly
Empress
rare
afford to
commodity.
renovate the palace without war going on?
I heard that it wasn't renovations at all. The palace was damaged by Gaspar's catapults.
He fired on the Winter Palace? That's monstrous.
Wow, you hear lots of gossip around here. Lots of gossip. Some dwarves.
How has the lyrium trade dropped off so sharply?
With so much fighting, demand should be higher than ever.
My contact said there's a new supplier, but we can't track down who it might be.
You hear some juicy tidbits. Okay. I'm just checking different areas. There's certain things you don't get until you snoop around a bit more and finagle. But there are little lore bits. And these are locked from the other side. It's always good to test, because like I said, my memory is...
Well, that's useful.
There's going to be a lot of intrigue and secrets. If you stand close to some people, they'll give off little tidbits and things they shouldn't.
Are in the same room.
Grand Duchess Florian must have worked a miracle to get them here.
Miracle my behind.
How can they call this a vestibule? It's a foyer.
Please, it's barely half the size of the foyer and the
The guest wing is not open to the public at this time, Inquisitor.
Ah, okay.
Chamber myself.
No one asked you.
Interesting.
You're so rude. Eavesdropping.
Waste of time.
I wish they would have done better with this eavesdropping thing. I would have loved to actually have heard.
The Inquisition backing Gaspard would make Celine nervous. You know how pious she is.
Listen, listen, little bird. Alright. I've got my approval to about 40.
Without the backing of the Council of Heralds?
He plans to take it by force. If the council won't recognize him, he'll march against them.
Beastly. Alright. Here we go. I really don't like this part of Inquisition. I know it's a lot of people's favorites. I just particularly don't like Orlay's attitude towards everything. I'm just a straightforward type person. This foolery and fuckery and mass nonsense irks me. Everybody's so phony and fake.
And now presenting Grand Duke Gaspard de Chalon, and accompanying him, Lady Inquisitor Lavellen.
Ain't I pretty?
Vanquisher of the rebel mages of Ferelden, crusher of the vile apostates of the Mage Underground.
This guy writes better fiction than I do.
Champion
I didn't
of the
crush
Blessed
anybody.
Andraste herself.
Did you see their faces? Priceless.
Accompanying the Inquisitor, Seeker, Cassandra, Allegra, Portia, Calogera,
Damn, Cassandra.
Philomena,
Get on with it.
Pentagast, 14th
Cousin, my dear sister.
Grand Duke, we are always honored when your
Oh, I
presence
forgot
graces our
this.
court.
Cut off their names.
Don't waste my time with pleasantries, Celine. We have business to conclude.
We will meet for the negotiations after we have seen to our other guests.
Can you believe this bitch is 16? It's like, what?
Lady
Wait.
Inquisitor, we welcome you to the Winter Palace. Allow us to present our cousin, the Grand Duchess of Leeds, without whom this gathering would never have
I'm in
been
the pit
possible.
of vipers.
What an unexpected pleasure. I was not aware the Inquisition would be part of our festivities. We will certainly speak later, Inquisitor.
Your
Oh,
arrival
yeah,
at
we
court
will.
is like a cool wind on a summer's day.
Let's hope the breeze does not herald an oncoming storm.
Even the wisest mistake fair winds for foul. We are at the mercy of the skies, Inquisitor. How do you find Halam Shiral?
I have no words to suffice. Halam Shiral has many beauties, and I couldn't do them justice.
Your modesty does you credit, and speaks well for the Inquisition. Feel free to enjoy the pleasures of the ballroom, Inquisitor. We look forward to watching you dance.
Like I said, this is going to be
a word when you have a moment.
a very cutscene heavy arc as well, because it's all about appearance.
Tell me, Yvette, how are my mind? Are they in good health? Do they want anything?
Perfectly happy in the studio. Mother is the same as always.
Meaning she's after you to do more work.
You always take her side.
I don't take her side. I happen to think, as she does, you might attend to more of the estate's duties. Also, do stop slouching.
Wow.
Josephine! Oh, Josephine! Is this her?
Inquisitor,
Josephine's sister.
please allow me to present to you my younger sister, Yvette Gabriella Montillier.
Delighted to meet you, Lady Montillier.
Inquisitor, I've heard so much about you, but not as much as I want. Josephine writes, but she never tells me anything. Is it true? Rebel mages in Redcliffe were performing blood rites and orgies before you started.
What?
Where did you hear
No.
this nonsense?
Everyone in Antiva says so. Is it true?
Of course, every word, especially the parts where everyone was nude.
I knew it.
Tell me about yourself, Lady Yvette. This is the first time I've encountered any of Josephine's family.
She would forget to mention the artists. I've been studying painting under Antiva's royal tutors. You should be
You
proud,
sound spoiled.
Josie. I'm going to be exhibiting my work next season in the city's biggest salon.
Have you actually sat down and finished the painting yet?
I must wait for my inspiration.
And I must wait
Good
for your
Lord.
tutor's bills.
Enjoying the ball?
I see many of.
The dancing is so dull, Your Worship, but the Empress's gallery is magnificent.
Yvette.
Sorry.
Go on, Josephine.
Half Royal must be empty. So many of the Empire's finest are in attendance. They've noticed the Empress paying you special attention, but they don't quite know how to take advantage of it yet. This uncertainty won't last long, I'm afraid.
Which power should the Inquisition throw its weight behind?
Celine has held the throne successfully for years. I see no profit in ousting her. Gaspard
I
has
agree.
run military campaigns, but never a kingdom. His transition would be, let us say, chaotic.
This may be my only chance to hear about when Josephine was a girl.
Oh, yes. And she told you about when she was 10 and...
Yvette.
Stop. Fine.
Yeah.
About when you were climbing the cliffs by the...
No.
She once told the Duke of...
Absolutely not.
She still plays with a doll collection when no one's looking.
Yvette. That's absurd. Absolutely preposterous.
I love it. I'm the older sister, so I go through this all the time myself. Ay, ay. There might be a eavesdrop spot coming up.
Can you believe the Inquisition filled its ranks with apostates?
You just know
Shut
that
up.
will end badly.
I'm a mage, so shut your face. Alright, there are several people.
I have heard they are the finest in the Empire. It's such a pity the wings seem.
Such a pity. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. More posers and postures. Is Liliana out here? Before that, there's an old hag that I need to talk to and get her stuff. Or will they let me talk to her? Yeah, the dowager.
How was the love of my life? You remember my husband? Poor darling. Killed in the war with Ferelden. Perhaps we can speak later, Inquisitor.
Okay, okay. I guess I'm not important enough to talk to her yet.
Did you just
I heard
Grab
Celine
my
was having
bottom.
the entire wing
I'm a bit
redecorated.
mad.
But the timing is atrocious.
Wow.
Would she do
Inquisitor,
such a thing now?
did you need something? The sooner we track down this infiltrator, the better.
Do you have any advice?
Orlesian social events don't fall within my area of expertise. There are a few here we can trust. Be careful.
You've attracted a following.
Baptism.
Who are all these people?
I don't know. They won't leave me alone.
I take it you're not enjoying yourself.
At this point, the headache I'm developing is preferable to the company.
Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary?
Nothing that stands out. I doubt there's a single person here without ulterior motives.
We'll talk later.
I know he would support Gaspard. So I'm not gonna ask him. It's pretty obvious.
The only one to survive the Temple of Sacred Ashes. Yes.
This place really is pretty. I can't lie. But this just gives off such vain opulence. Kind of gets on my nerves. You know, I'm not a whole complete rah-rah, eat the rich type person. But when you...
Are you happy to see me at all, Susie?
It may not have been wise to attend this particular engagement.
I didn't want to come. Mother made me. At least Haram
Wow.
has such pretty gardens. They're so darling. I took up my parchment.
Have you heard from your nephew?
Not since his wedding.
So many people. So many fake people. Alright, let's go talk to not Josephine, to Liliana. Get this party started a little bit. And like I said, I'm going to do as much as I can today.
I was hoping it would catch you.
But once the hunger pains, Craig,
He points the finger at
I'm going
Ambassador
to
Brianna.
take a break.
The ambassador is up to something, but she can't be our focus. The best place to strike at Celine is from her side. Empress Celine is fascinated by mysticism, foreseeing the future, speaking with the dead, that sort of rubbish. She has an occult advisor, an apostate who charmed the Empress and key members of the court as if by magic.
We're about to
I've
gain a
had dealings with her in
new
the past.
person.
She is ruthless and capable of anything.
How can Celine openly keep an apostate in the Imperial Court?
The Imperial Court has always had an official position for a mage. Before now, it was little better than court jester. Vivian was
Wow.
the first to turn that appointment into a source of real political power. When the circle
I should have
fell,
brought her,
technically
but
any
meh.
mage became an apostate. The word lost much of its strength.
That's true.
You think she's controlling the minds of the court? That's powerful blood magic.
She's worth investigating. Can't be sure of anything here. Both leads.
We know you
point
don't
toward the
like her,
Death Wing.
Liliana.
It's a promising place to start. I'll coordinate with our spies to see if I can find anything better. I will be in the ballroom if you need me.
Well, alrighty then. Let's see if I can do a little bit more spying. We'll talk to Cassandra.
This ball is a waste of time, like all Orlesian foolishness. Let's find the Venatori collaborator and get out of here.
Have you witnessed anything noteworthy?
Nothing yet. I will let you know.
You don't seem to care much for the ball.
Orlesians pretend their petty squabbles are a game. Yes, let us treat murder, corruption, and deceit as delightful amusements. How wonderful. We are here to save Empress Celine, and it galls me. Why does she merit our protection? The Empire would be better off without her. Gaspard is the leader Orlais needs in this crisis.
You support the civil war?
Of course not. Chaos is what Corypheus wants, and we must oppose him. Were it up to me,
Duh.
however, I would let Celine fall and Gaspard take the throne. He would see the true
No.
threat, not spend his time throwing balls and writing letters.
What the heck, dude? Why are you walking up on
Stay
Cassandra
alert.
like
We
that?
don't know where the enemy is hiding.
I'll be watching for trouble. The sooner we leave this place, the better.
Everybody's got opinions. Okay. Just slowly walking.
Who does Orzammar favor in the negotiations tonight?
King Aeducan has put considerable coin behind the Empress in hopes the trade in foodstuffs will resume quickly.
Interesting to know. Investigate Brialla's agents popped up. And I think this is a listening spot. At least it's supposed to be. Ah, sometimes this stuff breaks. It's very frustrating. There we go, eavesdrop. More discernible whisperings. Okay. That spot's open. I really did want to try to listen to a few more tidbits. Guess that's gone now. Okay. If you stay there long enough, though, the dwarfs start giving juicy gossip about, homeboy that does enchantments. Why did I... Sandal. So I'm kind of upset about that. Alright, here we go. There's a trophy room, which we cannot get into just yet. Some lore. Another plaque. And here's our first thing, our whispering elves.
Leave us.
I will not leave you.
The package is in the guest wing. Upper room.
The one of the garden. Statuette.
Not ready for that yet. I want to try to grab all the little pieces I can.
Leave us.
Alright, let's talk to old Solus.
I do adore the heady blend of power, intrigue, danger, and sex that permeates these events.
Really?
You seem more comfortable with a Grand Orlesian ball than I'd have expected.
I have seen countless such displays in my journeys in the Fae. The powerful have always been the same. Only the costumes change.
Have you encountered any trouble with the nobles?
The Orlesians do not quite know what to make of me. I have kept to myself, for fear of giving them some purchase to cling to. The food and drink are excellent, however, and the servants have been happy
Yikes,
to
he's
refill
drunk.
my glass.
Drunk Solus.
Have you seen anything useful?
No, sadly. I do not have the look of one of the elven servants, or I might well be invisible. I wonder how masked men live their lives without ever seeing that servants have an entire society of their own. If you want to find something useful, I would pay attention to what the servants do.
I'll be back.
And well.
Interesting.
What the heck?
Waste of time.
Gaspar is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the Council of Heralds now.
You should have considered that before threatening to burn them all in their homes.
Wow.
Interesting.
So much whispering.
Well, well, the Inquisitor. Here as a guest of my nephew, no less. I'm curious.
I didn't know the Grand Duke was your nephew.
He's my brother's eldest boy. Always a difficult child, Gaspar. Never listened, never did what he was told. He was raised a prince.
Wine.
All his life we told him he would be emperor. It was his destiny, his duty. What else should he do with his life if not fight for his destiny?
What can you tell me about the Civil War?
If you are hoping for insight, you've come to the wrong man. It's war. It is brutal, and terrible, and sometimes necessary. There's nothing more to say.
Have you noticed anything strange this evening?
My niece Floriane hasn't spoken to me all evening. That's not like her.
Another time, my lord.
More lore.
I should look around.
Got a coin. That's good.
Inquisitor Llewellyn, don't head into the servants' wing if you value your neck. Not one else gone in there tonight and come out again.
Our man was supposed to make a pickup in the garden hours ago. Bastard's likely dead by now.
Elves look after other elves. Somewhat. Bloodstains.
I don't like that Grand Duke. Nobody should own as many hunting dogs as he does.
Maker, if I have to clean up another puddle...
Germain bore his nephew's spite better than the rest of the council. Did you see that panicked attaché roaming about?
There we
Well,
go.
well. What's this?
I'm being very snoopy and very careful who I talk to.
Pastries out to the diplomats.
The Duchess has asked for too many. I can't carry them all.
People are just so mean.
My lady! My lady Inquisitor!
May we
Oh,
have a
Lord.
word? It is very important. The Empress
Is
has
it,
sent us
though?
with a message for you.
How can I be certain this message is from the Empress?
We three wear the masks of House Valmont.
They signify that we are public faces of the Empress.
They are also
Wow.
extremely fashionable.
Seriously.
I'm always honored to hear from Her Majesty.
Oh, she is the honored one, Inquisitor.
Empress Celine is eager to assist the Herald of Andraste in her holy endeavor.
Y'all can't see,
She
but
will
I'm
pledge
rolling
her
my
full
eyes.
support to the Inquisition as soon as the usurper Gaspard is defeated.
Let me guess. All she wants in return is for me to help her defeat the Duke.
Oh, this is not meant as a bargain by any means, Inquisitor.
The support of the Empress is not conditional. It will be yours once the negotiations are concluded.
The Empress is the most skilled diplomat in Thedas. Gaspard is hopelessly out of his depth.
But we have taken enough of your time.
Please, enjoy the masquerade, Inquisitor.
I wish I could, but you people are weird. Oy. I think I can wheel and deal a little bit here too.
Interesting.
I'm not gonna toss coins just yet. Read plaque. Do a quick save because there's a certain set of things you can do here.
You must be mistaken.
No, I'm quite certain it was blood on the tiles.
If they're playing the game, they're not doing it very well. You don't leave evidence if you play to win.
With Gaspard and that elf woman here, the only one playing to win is Celine.
Wow. Well, some loot. More eavesdropping.
You only say that because you fancy the Empress's pet apostate. It sickens me to think of the chaos those Maleficarum are causing across the Empire.
Even you
Shut
can't
up.
deny that the Templars abandoned the faithful in their darkest hour. How can you condone that? They are the ones who should be brought to heel, if you ask me.
Scandalous. I think later I'll be able to recruit one of those guys. Or maybe now.
Did you need something?
Did I hear correctly? If you're interested in bringing the Templars to heel, you may have found an ally.
If that's true, I would welcome an alliance with the Inquisition. I will get in touch with your Lady Nightingale. I have assets that might benefit your cause.
Gentlemen.
Yep. That's me making all kinds of wheeling and dealings. I think I'm not supposed to do this part just yet, but alright. Yeah. I'm not ready for that yet. I can't afford the...
We can only hope Celine prevails tonight. Gaspard will ruin us all.
Oh, you all deserve to be ruined. Such open racism. As I said, there are different ways to go about this. I'm going to have to go back up that way later on, but I want to do as minimum damage to my reputation until I get closer to 100. So we're going to get ready to go do some fighting to get away from some of this fancy friendly bullshit. Let's see what he has to
Philippe
say.
should have returned hours ago, dallying with some serving girl while I deal with Gaspard's vitriol.
Awfully selfish of this filly, running off to play and leaving you with all the work.
I've half a mind to inform the Dowager. That would teach him to shirk his duties to roll some elven maid. Tonight of all nights, leaving me to convey Gaspard's death threats to the council. Wonderful timing, Philippe. Thank you for listening to me, right? You are too kind, Inquisitor.
No, you are too kind, Pawn. I hate this. I don't think there's anybody else I can talk to in here. Eavesdrop. And it's important that you do this every once in a while.
Boring.
You want to capture as many tidbits as you can. And sadly, the areas pop up at random. And they could pop up anywhere.
Inquisitor Lavellon, is there something I can do for you? I am Lady Marcelette, court historian to Her Imperial Majesty.
What exactly does a court historian do?
I am responsible for the historical records of the court. I maintain our library and record all official proceedings.
I love history, and this is so boring.
Are you here to chronicle the events of the evening for posterity?
Oh yes, this is a momentous occasion. The first meeting between the Grand Duke and Her Majesty since the war began. Even if, Maker forbid, the talks should fail, it is an important moment in the history of the Empire.
Good evening, Lady Marcelette.
Another time, perhaps.
All right. Okay, you don't get no more out of him. And I do not think I will get you.
His own uncle.
Germain bore his
Wow.
nephew's spite better than the rest of the council. Did you see that panicked attaché roaming about?
Do not talk to the guards. It will get rid of your approval. I could have sworn that was way into the trophy room. Okay. There we go. Eavesdrop.
Just gossip.
Does anyone really think the war will end tonight?
The Empress says.
So many gossiping.
We are not serving drinks. Bother someone else.
Rude. I think I have to get a certain amount of gossip to talk to that old lady, which is frustrating. So, yeah, I think I'm going to get ready to get it started to get some battling before I get too bored, because this intrigue is not intriguing to me. Search the rooms in the upper guest wing. Requires servant's key. So I do have to go into the upper guest wing. Alright. Let's do a quick save. I cannot save currently. Strange.
I don't like that Grand Duke. Nobody should.
Really?
Gaspar is wasting
I have to clean up another puddle.
Nothing he does could win over the Council of Heroes now.
You should have considered that before threatening to burn them all in their homes.
Alright, fine. Let's toss a coin.
I didn't expect the Inquisitor to be so delightful.
Of course I'm delightful. I'm a peach. Alright, let's just climb up. I don't remember the way off the top of my head, but this will be an adventure, y'all, and hopefully I won't lose too much approval points doing this. Look at all these blood stains. Okay, requires Hala statues. Yep, you lose a point per second being up here. We're gonna get the Hala statue though. We're gonna get scandalous secrets. Okay, this place is very important. We're gonna get some evidence. And we're gonna loot here. Now we're gonna get ready to leave and come back to this area. Because I don't want to lose too much. But you'll have to ignite these placards, and that's gonna take some skill. I don't remember how to do that exactly. I got my first of 10 Hala statuettes.
Gaspar is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the Council of Heroes now.
You should have considered that before threatening to burn them all in their homes.
There's got to be a way to further advance this.
The Empress does.
Yes?
Another time, my lord.
Oh, this part is so boring.
Good to know.
We're getting scandalous secrets.
Is there any progress on the Helmi expedition to Amgarak?
House Dace remains steadfast in blocking all attempts to get into the Tig.
Wow. Like I said, certain things going on with the dwarves is very important. Guess I can go back in here. And now it lets me save.
I heard the Inquisition was here.
You're too gullible.
Accompanying the ambassador, her daughter.
I still remember the day they came to tell me that my... Another time, perhaps?
Wow.
Look at Lady Cambion's slippers, trimmed with pearls and emeralds, and those buckles. Toss her into the lake and she'll sink right to the bottom. What a disaster.
There's a Tevinter assassin on the loose and you're concerned about buckles on shoes.
Everyone needs a hobby. Besides, you can learn a great deal about a person from their clothing. Gold and jewels on a dancing slipper. A slipper is easily lost and finds itself in the dust and dirt. She is unconcerned with the possibility of losing the shoe or soiling it. A vulgar display of wealth. But Lady Cambion's family has recently lost most of its holdings. They have their title, but little else. So, how did Cambion acquire such a grand shoe, What has she done? Who has she bedded? These are all useful questions, no?
Wow.
You're different here than in Skyhold. More approachable, perhaps.
This is Halam Shiral, Inquisitor. This is the Imperial Court. This is the beating heart of the Great Game. Of course, everyone is wearing a mask. I learned this very young. I was still a girl when I attended my first ball. All this, the smiles, the small talk, it is a dance. And like any dance, it can be learned. For some of us, it has become so familiar that the steps may be performed in our sleep.
Who do you think the Inquisition should support?
What we need most of all is a stable Orlais. Either Celine or Gaspard can give us that.
I found this out. I'm not sure of its value.
Very interesting. It may not help our investigation, but we can put it to use. A little more dirt like this, and we might have some leverage in the court. If you find more, let me know.
What the?
I should go.
Rude.
I always am.
Can I get you
Ah.
Commander Cullen?
No, thank you. Inquisitor, was there something you needed?
Do you have any advice?
Orlesian social events don't fall within my area of expertise.
I think you have to romance him before you get the dance
Be
thing.
careful.
Annoying.
We'll talk later.
I await your signal.
He's so soft-spoken towards me too. Phew. Okay.
Smile, right? You're so handsome when you smile. My third husband, Pierre, lost his life to Rosalia. I swore I'd marry forever.
Well, at least turning in that stuff to Liliana's got my approval back. I am just unsure at this point what I need to do to get the key I need without using up a Hala statue in the wrong way.
Gaspard is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the Council of Heralds now.
He should have considered that before threatening to burn them all in their homes.
Good evening, Inquisitor.
Get these pastries out to the diplomats.
The Duchess has asked for too many. I can't carry them all.
Hmm.
Did you hear what Gaspard said to Duke Germain? His own uncle.
Germain bore his nephew's spite better than the rest of the council. Did you see that panicked attaché roaming about?
Let's see. Okay. So the negotiations in the room in the upper guest gardens. So I don't want to mess with that. Hmm. Okay, I guess I can go back out to the gardens. Oh, this game. There are parts of it that I love and parts of it that I could go without. This is one of the parts that I can definitely go without. You know, like I said, I know it's some of the most fun intrigue for some people. You know, the snooping and the spying and all that stuff. But this is boring. Dreadfully.
Boring.
Yeah, exactly. And I have to listen so that I can get the Great Blackmail Hunt and get this started. How did you follow us here, Martin? I'm not gonna open that yet, even though I could use it to persuade people. Alright. Hopefully this next eavesdropping thing will work.
Waste of time.
Seems like my luck is going to be rough on this.
Where's that servant gone? Elves. Where has that servant gone? Elves. Always shirking their duties.
It's like racism in Double time, jeez. Come on, give me the next part.
Good to know.
Okay.
Gaspar is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the Council of Heralds now.
You should have considered that before threatening to burn them all in their homes.
Alright. This is the guest wing. That's the upper guest wing.
I don't like that Grand Duke. Nobody should own as many hunting dogs as he does.
How in the heck do I get the servant's key? Oh, that's a coin at least.
We are not serving drinks. Bother someone else.
Quickly! We can't leave the Delancers this
Gaspar
long
is
without
wasting
drinks.
his time. Nothing he does could win over the Council of Heralds now.
Does anyone really think...
Like I said, this one is very confusing for me because
The war will end. The Empress.
there's so much going on. Alright. I had to pull up a guide because this was very frustrating. Alright. This is so frustrating. At least I saved. So we were gonna... She should. Okay, we're at 80. That should help. And I do believe there's a room to use the Hollow Statue Zone. Negotiations.
That's the bell. I should get back to the ballroom.
Gaspar is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the Council of
Well, well. What have we here? The leader of the new Inquisition, fabled herald of the faith. Delivered from the grasp of the Fade by the hand of blessed Andraste herself. What could bring such an exalted creature here to the Imperial Court, I wonder? Do even you know?
We may never know. Courtly intrigues and all that.
Such intrigues obscure much, but not all. I am Morrigan. Some call me advisor to Empress Celine on matters of the arcane. You have been very busy this evening, hunting in every dark corner of the palace. Perhaps you and I hunt the same prey.
I hope so. I could use another ally here.
A sentiment I share, considering recent events.
Recent events?
Recently I found and killed an unwelcome guest within these very halls. An agent of Tevinter. So I offer you this, Inquisitor. A key found on the Tevinter's body. Where it leads, I cannot say. Yet if Celine is in danger, I cannot leave her side long enough to search. You can.
Okay.
You left Celine alone. Is that wise?
I must return to her anon, but she is safe enough, for the moment. 'Twould be a great fool who strikes at her in public in front of all her court and the Imperial Guard.
Briala's people are whispering about disappearances in the servants' quarters. This key may lead there.
The ambassador does have eyes and ears everywhere, does she not? Proceed with caution, Inquisitor. Enemies abound, and not all of them aligned with Tevinter. What comes next will be most exciting.
The Duchess has asked us to serve more of the ice cream.
She's going to empty the cellar.
Maximilian swept me off my feet. It was such a scandal. A fourth marriage to a man almost half my age.
Man, you're a cougar.
Lady von Blanchard, Duchess of Valmontaigne, Chevalier of the Empire, hero of the Battle of White River, patroness of the painter Ambrose Poirier, and second...
Ugh. So many crimes of fashion. I found this out. I'm not sure of its value.
They'll never live this down.
Why would the Empress invite that elf woman?
A game, of course. Celine has something up her sleeve.
Lord Severin Ducey, Baron of Jada.
Should I speak to Briala before?
Lady Arlette and their son, Lord Edmund, student of the composer Emmeline of Montsimard.
Inquisitor Lavalin, how many of the guests have mistaken you for a kitchen servant? You've charmed some of the nobles. We'll see how long you can keep their favor. What brings you to me?
You might be interested in what I've found. It's about Gaspard. He's been threatening the nobles on the Council of Heralds.
Typical. Gaspard's always been a bully, regardless of the Chevalier Code.
I want to know more about the peace talks. What can you tell me about Celine and Gaspard?
Gaspard is a warmonger. He served in the war against Ferelden and fought a dozen skirmishes on the Navarran border. He's a simple man. Simple men aren't hard to manipulate. Celine is the voice of reason in the Empire. But reason is cautious. Reason looks for compromise. Reason doesn't choose radical change, however sorely it may be needed.
We'll speak more later, Ambassador.
Another time, Inquisitor.
Alright. There are those three Muppets. There's Celine. And there's Gaspard. I'm not gonna fuck with any of them. I'm gonna save here since, like I said, we have no plans on meeting tomorrow, and then knowing my luck, they probably will text me like, Cal, let's do a D&D group. But since there's no plans on us meeting up tomorrow, and this is giving me a wicked headache, I am going to save here, y'all. Thank you for tuning into the stream. It was fun showing you how ridiculously unnecessary most of this is. I hope to keep this going tomorrow, probably in the afternoon. It'll be better. Thank you for tuning in, and see you tomorrow.